Just grab a 30mm. There is a bolt here. Just place your steering straight like this. Notice this bolt here goes, it's inserted from the top. There's nothing here, and always you should be putting this back in the same position. This is very important because this is actually a shear bolt. If you have a crash, this will break, so you don't get your steering coming towards you. So this is very, very important to use the proper torque. I think it's 13 feet-pounds or 22 Newton meters. If it's not that, I'll just put it the correct one in the video description. Again, careful when you put it back, the way it goes from top to bottom. Use a torque wrench, don't mess with this guy. And let me just try to undo it. So this is a very typical bolt. It's called the butterfly bolt. Again, it's a shear bolt. It's very important to not to lose it and to put it back in place the same way with the correct torque. Notice this is the lower coupler. Notice how it's inserted a little bit into the plastic piece. It should stay like this at the end when you put it back in place. For now, just toss it. And also, while there, this is the lower coupler. So if you just remove, there's a large spring in here, there's a bearing here. This bearing gets seized in time. But if you remove this boot with the clip underneath and just flip it, just slide it upwards, you will be able to see if the lower coupler is moving or it starts to get seized. That's another problem with the steering, but that's a completely different story. As for this one, so that's the coupler, upper coupler. And actually it's a U-joint, I think. At this moment, just, I'm sure the camera will see it, just look upwards underneath the dash, and you'll notice there are splines, right? Something like this. So grab something, a marker, whatever, and mark a spline here all the way. Where is it? Let me show you why. I'm just pulling on this guy downwards, and the guy comes all the way out. So mark, just choose a spline here, mark it on this side, and then mark it on the upper side where's the steering column, because when you put this thing back in place, you have to match the mark. This the mark here and the mark on the steering column should be nearby. You should not rotate the steering column during this procedure, and you should place this guy back in place at the same rotation. You got the idea, right? Otherwise the steering wheel will be just turned to either side. So just pull on this guy downwards. Don't be afraid, nothing to break. Ooh. It's just a little bit stuck in there. So that's your steering, whatever name is.